Good morning to all the students. Today we want to start with chapter 9, probability of combined events. So today you will learn combined events, dependent and independent events. So our learning standard is differentiate between independent and dependent events. In our daily life, we need to make a lot of decisions based on uncertainties. For example, choosing the science or the art stream class, or selecting what product to sell on the school entrepreneurship day. These decisions incur risks, and we should be able to assess the risks before making any decisions. Probability is used to evaluate the uncertainties that are associated in the process of decision making. The possible outcomes of any event is followed by multiplication rule. So number of sample space is equal to number of event A multiplied by number of event B. And S is all the possible number of outcomes, and number of event A and number of event B represented number of outcomes of event A and event B. A sample space is a set that contains all the possible outcomes of an event. Let's discuss the sample space for the combined events below. For A, 5 cards labeled with the letters T, E, K, U, N are put into a box. 2 cards are taken out at random from the box, one by one without replacement. So please try to write down the sample space for A. For B, 2 coins are tossed, T and H representing tails and heads respectively. So students, please try to write the sample space. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. So for A, the total number of sample space is 20 because the first event is 5 outcomes and followed by without replacement, so the second event will be 4 outcomes. So the total number of sample space will be 5 times 4, multiplication rule, which is 20. For B, the answer is T bracket, comma, TH, comma, HT bracket, comma, followed by HH, comma. The answer must be in order pairs in a set form. So you must write the braces to indicate it is a set. Okay, let's discuss another example. Write the sample spaces for the combined events below. Number 1, 2 books are chosen at random from a bookshelf that contains 2 history books, a geography book, and a mathematics book. Number 2, the children's gender for the family of 2 children. Number 3, a fair dice is rolled and a fair coin is tossed simultaneously. Number 4, Azhar A and Kaimin K play a maximum of 5 badminton matches. The player that wins 3 sets is the winner. So please try to work out the answer before we discuss. So this is the answer for question 1. Okay, question 1 and question 2, 3 and 4. Please check your answer. Okay, students, today's learning standard is differentiate between dependent and independent events. So how do you differentiate between independent and dependent events? Combined events can be categorized as dependent events and independent events. Event A and event B are independent events if the occurrence of the event A has no effect on the occurrence of event B and vice versa. In other words, event A and event B are dependent events if the occurrence of event A affects the occurrence of event B. Okay, for this exercise, we want to determine whether the following events are independent or dependent events. So please try on your own number 1 to number 5. We will discuss the answer later. Please write down your answer in the exercise book. We will double check the answer later on. For question 1, the pointer of a lucky view stops at the same sector twice consecutively. So this is an independent event. For question 2, the selection of 2 boys from a group of 10 girls and 14 boys at random. This is dependent events. For question 3, answer 3 objective questions with 4 options correctly if the answer of each question is chosen at random. This is independent events. Question number 4. Box B contains 2 red cards and 3 black cards, while box Q contains 5 red cards and 6 green cards. A card is chosen at random from box P and then put into box Q. After that, a card is chosen at random from box Q. Both cards chosen from box P and box Q are the same color. So this is dependent events. Question number 5. Vincent and Bazat sit for a history test in school. Vincent and Bazat pass the history test. This is an independent event. Identify whether the following combined events are dependent events or independent events. Justify your answer. For A, obtain a tail twice when a fair coin is tossed twice. This is an independent event because the probability of getting a tail in the first toss does not affect the probability of getting a tail in the second toss. Now let's discuss question B. Obtain a tail in a tossing a fair coin and obtain a number 4 in rolling a fair dice. This is also independent event because the probability of getting a tail in tossing a fair coin does not affect the probability of getting the number 4 in rolling a fair dice. Let's see question number C. Obtain 2 pens of the same color when 2 pens are taken out one by one from a container that contains 3 red pens and 2 blue pens without replacement. This is dependent events because the probability of getting the first red pen affects the probability of getting the second red pen. Question D. Obtain 2 cards with the same letters when 2 cards are chosen at random from the cards labeled with the letters B, A, I, K, one by one with replacement. This is independent events because the probability of choosing the first card does not affect the probability of choosing the second cards. So this is the answer and the justification for the question just now. Probability of event A is equal to number of event A divided by number of sample space. And the probability value is between 0 and 1, inclusive of 0 and 1. So the minimum is 0, the maximum is 1. Cannot be more than 1, cannot be negative. Okay? For probability of event A equal to 0, it means that the event A will definitely not occur. Okay, for probability of event A which is equal to 1, it means that event A will definitely occur. Example, probability of selecting a boy from 5PS class. So it's equal to 0 because selecting a boy is impossible from 5PS, right? And probability of selecting a girl from 5PS is equal to 1 because the event A, which is selecting a girl from 5PS, will definitely happen. What is tree diagram? A tree diagram displays all the possible outcomes of an event. Each branch in the tree diagram represents a possible outcome. Let's solve the problem. A bag contains 8 green marbles and a red marbles. 2 marbles are chosen randomly one by one from the bag without replacement. The color of the marbles are recorded. So please highlight the keywords without replacement. Okay, represent the above situation using a tree diagram. So please take out your exercise book and do this question and try to draw a tree diagram. Okay, after you draw a tree diagram, based on the tree diagram, calculate the probability of the second marble is red and the both are green marbles. So I will pause the video and give you 10 minutes to try. Later we will discuss the answer, okay? Please try your best to get your answer now. Now the tree diagram looks like this. We always start with the dot. Okay, so probability of getting green is 8/9 and probability of getting red is 1/9 because 8/9 plus 1/9 must be equal to 1. So if probability of getting green is 8/9, the probability of getting red should be 1 minus 8/9, which is 1/9. Okay, probability of getting green for the second time is 7/8, and probability of getting red will be 1/8. Why it become over 8? It's because when you take the same color, you take the green color and without replacement. So for the second time, the sample space will be reduced by 1 and the green color will be reduced by 1 because of without replacement. So this is a dependent case whereby the sample space is affected by the first event. Okay, so if let's say that you choose red marble for the first time, the probability of getting red marble is 1/9. And then you never return back the red, you do another time of selection. So now the green still remain 8, but the sample space now will reduce by 1 because the red color already chosen by you just now. So for second time, the probability for getting the green is 8/8 because left all the 8 are green, and you don't have any more for red. So probability for red is 0. Okay. Then after you draw the tree diagram, you have to write down the possible outcome. So there are 3 possible outcomes. So you may get green, okay, green and green, or you may get green and red, or maybe you will get red and green. So please be careful with the words and, or, because in probability and it means multiply, or means you plus. So okay, now we want to answer B1. Probability of getting the second marble, which is red, that means we want the green followed by red. So we just follow the branches. The probability is 8/9 times 1/8. So the answer is 1/9. Okay? Be very careful with the words without replacement. For B2, probability of both are green marbles. So we choose the possible outcome, which is green. So it's 8/9 times 7/8. So the answer is 7/9. So we proceed to solving problem. Box A and box B contain cards labeled with numbers 3, 5, 7, 9, and the letters X, Y, Z respectively. A card is chosen randomly from the box A and box B respectively. So for box A you have 3, 5, 7, 9, and for box B you got X, Y, and Z. So calculate the probability of getting a factor of 9 and the letter Z. Okay, please try this in your exercise book 10 minutes from now on. Good luck. Next, let's try this question. Box K and box L contain 4 cards labeled with letters B, A, Y, U, and 3 cards labeled with numbers 1, 2, 5 respectively. A card is chosen at random from box K and box L respectively. By listing all the possible outcomes, very important sentence, listing, you have to list out all the possible outcomes. Calculate the probability of getting a vowel and an even number. And it's very important. So please try this in your exercise book. Okay, I give you 10 minutes to try. Okay, good luck. Let's see the answer for just now the question. So there are 2 solutions. Either you write probability of a factor of 9. You have 2 factor, which is 9, which is 3 and 9. So it's 2 out of 4. So the probability of letter Z, you only got 1 Z. So 1 out of 3. So the probability of getting a factor of 9 and the Z is 2/4 times 1/3. Because of the words and, you multiply. So the answer is 1/6. Or you may try this method. Factor of 9 and letter Z, you list out first. So you have 3Z and 9Z, right? So after you list out, you count number of event getting factor of 9 and letter Z is 2. And number of sample space is 4 times 3. Multiplication rule. Okay, 4 times 3, 12. So the probability of getting a factor of 9 and the letter Z is equal to 2 out of sample space, 12. So answer is 1/6. Okay, all can do, So the answer for number 1 is you have to write braces, comma, A, comma, 2 with a bracket, order pair. Okay, another pair is U2. Okay, we have 2 pairs. And total number of sample space is 12. So it's 2 over 12. Simplify, the answer will be 1 over 6. Now we proceed to question number 2. A fair dice with 4 faces is labeled with 1, 2, 3, 4. The dice is rolled twice, and the numbers that the dice lands on are recorded. By using all the possible outcomes, calculate the probability of getting 2 odd numbers. So I give you 5 minutes to try. Okay, please do it on your own. Okay, we'll discuss after this. So let's discuss the answer. So the answer must be in a set form. So with a bracket, 1, 1, 1 pair, order pair, comma, 1, 3, and then 3, 1, and then 3, 3. Okay, must be listing out all the possible outcome in a set form. Okay, then you have to find your probability. So you can take 4 over 16, which is equivalent to 1 over 4. Okay? Let's try this. According to an investigation, the probability of rainfall on Mountain X in May is 0.45. Calculate the probability that Mountain X will have 2 consecutive raining days in May. Okay, please try this in your exercise book. Okay, we need 10 minutes for this question. Let's try now. Okay, you need to show the working for this question, and the answer is 0.2025. Okay, please self-check your answer, and please do correction if any mistake, and please do more practice so that you can be perfect scorer. Now we proceed to next question. Box T contains 5 cards labeled with the letters CELIK. 2 cards are taken out randomly one by one from box T without replacement. Again, this is dependent case. So we have CELIK. So calculate the probability of getting the first card labeled with a consonant and the second card labeled with vowels. Okay, please try now. Okay, I give you 10 minutes from now. So this is the answer for question number 4. Do you list out the event? Okay, please list out accordingly. Bracket C, comma E, and then C, comma I, and L, comma E, L, comma I, and K, comma E, K, comma I. And the probability value is 3 over 10 or 0.3. Okay, all can get the answer or not? Good. Okay, let's discuss question number 6. The following table shows the number of the Science and Mathematics Society members in SMK Didik Jaya. So please study the table, numbers of members. For session morning, female 146, male 124. Afternoon, female is 82, male is 96. The school is having 2 sessions, morning and afternoon. So 2 members are selected randomly. From the male members, please underline because this is your sample space. From the sample space. So that means your sample space is male member. calculate the probability that both members chosen are from the morning section. This is your event, morning section. Give your answer correct to 4 significant figure. Please follow the instruction. 4 significant figure. Okay, that is part A. Okay, for part B, from the afternoon section, calculate the probability that both members chosen are female. Give your answer correct to 4 significant figure. Okay, from the afternoon section, highlight, that is your sample space for the question B. Calculate the probability that both members chosen are female. That is the event, event female. So your answer have to be in 4 significant figures. Okay, this is a very good question for you to try. So I give you 10 minutes to do now. Enough? 10 minutes? More than enough, Okay, good try. Now I show you the answer. You have to do your proper working. So the answer for A is 0.3166 and for B is 0.2108. So maybe somebody would like to share your answer if you got the perfect answer. Okay, let's see. So class, I hope today we have achieved our learning objective. Understand and use the concept of probability. So you have learned sample space. You have learned dependent event, independent event. You also learn how to do probability using the formula, and you also understand the use and concept of probability of dependent events and also independent events. So for the next lesson, we will discuss the concept of probability of mutually exclusive events. So please follow my video teaching. Okay, the end. Thank you, my dear students. Okay, please do all the questions and then pass up your book by today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, please do all the questions and then pass up your book by today. Thank you. Have a nice day.